Oh, it's pronounced Matlacha, which is an Indian word meaning shallow waters. The Matlacha itself was a community that was way back in the 50s, and earlier to that point, it was all based on mullet fishermen. Mullet fishermen themselves, what they did was they owned all these nets, these big long nets, and dragged up all these fish. Government stepped in 1992, and everybody got kicked out. They stopped the net ban, or they created that net ban to where everybody burned their boats, shot holes in them, and left. All these fish shacks turned into little art galleries and restaurants just over the last few years.
Yes, I live in Matlacha. I have my gallery, my studio, and my home in Matlacha. Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah, it's like I've traveled all over the world. I'm a seasoned traveler. But every time I fly into the... Oh, look, there's a manatee.
Oh, really?
You've been...
This is just a island that just sprung up. And it's a place where people come here, just fly 1,000 miles, just to see some of this last of this old Florida that we have here. That's what's so beautiful about it. It's just about as good as it gets. Because guests that come into the inn itself, the information that when they come back to tell me about their experiences, everybody always seems to come back laughing. We got so much wildlife. We got manatees that are always swimming by the inn. Dolphin shows sometimes 2 to 3 times a day, which are spectacular. And you just absorb it all in. And then by that time, you're hungry. You go to one of these fish shacks, get a $6 fish sandwich. They're all mom and pop operations, and nothing's commercialized here. That's the beauty of it. Catching a tarpon, it's one of those spectacular things in nature. The fish, you won't believe how high it will jump and how much silver you see, how it shakes its head and the big splash it makes, and how fast it takes out the line.
We are at the center of the kayak fishing universe for Southwest Florida. This is the Sun and Moon Inn. This is a nutty, crazy place. There's pink and purple dogs running around and kayaks everywhere. We're on the Calusa Blueway paddle trail, which is a beautiful paddle trail. I mean, absolutely gorgeous paddle trail in very shallow water. Runs through the backcountry and some open water areas. All of it's phenomenal for fishing, and anybody coming here, it's a good place to start. Is just to get the Calusa Blueway paddle trail map. Just paddle the trail, fish the trail, and then come off of it a little bit here and there in good areas. But the Sun and Moon is a great launch point for that because we're right. The sign for the Calusa Blueway is right over there. So another good advantage of the Sun and Moon Inn is the fact that you can launch your kayak right here, paddle around part of the Matlacha, and pull up to a dock and climb off, get a beer, listen to a band, get some food. There's a number of restaurants on the water, art galleries, bars. I mean, the whole world is kayak oriented. Once you park your car at the Sun and Moon, you don't need it anymore. Just use your kayak.